Around 12 to 15,000 cars are abandoned in Qatar every year. While the official figure released by the Ministry of Municipality and Environment states to have removed over 60,000 vehicles from the streets of Doha, that number is feared to be much higher.
From my knowledge on the abandoned cars, despite the ministry's efforts to collect over 11,000, it still is a problem. If you go to the industrial area, I'm sure you'll find 40 or 50,000, and there's rumours there's over 250,000 cars that have expired registrations on the streets of Doha. If you go down to Qatar, they have 1 or 2 kilometre square yard which is full of abandoned cars which are being processed by the government.
Because every machinery or every fleets or every cars which are importing to the country, they are not getting taken back out of Qatar. This is the main thing. So this has to be disposed here itself.
The substantial cost of repair combined with the diminishing value of a vehicle also pushes owners to leave their cars for good.
There's always a story attached to an abandoned car, and it's not normally a happy story.
गाड़ी में कोई वजह होएगा या इस्तेमाल नहीं होगा या कुछ ख़राब होएगा, इसका वजह से इसे खराब में बेचते हैं. इसमें ज़्यादा खर्चा होते हैं तो लोग क्या करते हैं, कैंसिल कर देते हैं. तो कोई इसका गाड़ी का कोई फ़ायदा ही नहीं है. खर्चा ज़्यादा तो कोई फ़ायदा नहीं गाड़ी का.
It goes to say, a country with the income value and disposable income that we have here, I think it just sort of makes sense of what that would be. Its car is not necessarily as much of a commodity here as it is just an accessory.
A car goes wrong, it needs some maintenance, there's no one that can fix it, so they just park the car and leave it and forget it. And this is one of the problems as well.
Mark Paul decided to scrap his car after the cost of repairs exceeded the car's market value.
Well, there was no issue at all when I first got it, but over time the transmission went out on me. And so I started having more and more problems with it driving, falling out of gear as I was driving, and it was going to be too expensive to fix. They wanted about 40,000 riyals to do the full repair, which included some of the other minor things that it needed, but for the transmission repair and the minor things, it was 40,000 riyals. And my best estimate at the time that the car was probably only worth about 30,000 riyals, maybe a little bit less. And so I decided that that was not worth spending that much money on a car that was not, and it was getting older and depreciating more.
Within this unsightly problem of waste disposal, however, lies an opportunity.
We are recycling and we are making in such a way recycling, and we are producing new products out of this abandoned, which we call as abandoned or which we call as scrap. So right now in the current scenario the contribution is very less, but in future, like after the 2020 or after this period, the volume generation of these ELVs will be much more. If I'm not wrong, it will be say more than 50 to 60%. It will be contributing towards the country.
They are a source of parts, they are a source of recyclable materials, but if I were to recycle all the abandoned cars in Doha, I would be a millionaire.
This is Adnan Ali and Komil Vokhidov reporting from Northwestern University in Qatar.